All right, good morning. We're going to go over a couple of the most commonly missed questions from yesterday's CFA, or yesterday's practice test before you take your CFA today. So let's scroll down to here, this first one. One quick thing I just want to point out here is just a big thing to be successful is just read your questions closely. So this question is asking for the diameter. So you can look at this value here to find the radius. The square root of 49 will give you the radius. So the diameter is going to be double that. So make sure you're reading the questions closely. Okay, I think that one's all right. Number 3, I got a lot of questions about it. And again, it's about kind of like reading what the question's asking. This is asking you for the sum of the x-coordinate of the center, the y-coordinate of the center, and the radius. So what that means is that we're going to need to get this thing out of the way. There we go. What that means is we're going to need to add those 3 values. So one number should be your answer. So the x-coordinate here would be positive 2 because we're flipping the sign here. The y-coordinate here would be negative 7. So we're going to add negative 7. And then the radius, the square root of 64, would be 8. So we're adding those 3 numbers, and that's going to give us positive 3 as our answer. So that's, oops, let's erase that there. That's how we get to our answer there, positive 3. Okay, another one that was commonly missed was this one. So I just want to go over this one more time. If you know the center and if you know a point on the circle, if you think about what the circle equation is based on, which is Pythagorean theorem, you can draw a right triangle and use Pythagorean theorem to figure out the radius. So this bottom part here, if I just count it, that's 3 units. This other leg is 1 unit. So I could figure out my center, my radius rather, by doing 3 squared plus 1 squared equals r squared. So that's going to be 10 equals r squared. So r is going to equal just the square root of 10. Okay, one more here. Now to write the equation, I just want to go over this one more time because this one was a little bit commonly missed. Remember, to write the equation, we have to flip the signs of the center. So x minus 3 squared plus y plus 2 squared. And then because my radius was square root of 10 from the previous problem, I need to square that. So the radius squared would be the square root of 10 times the square root of 10, which is the square root of 100, which is just the number 10. So that's our answer there. Okay, last problem. I know there was a mistake on number 6, so let's not worry about that one, but Desmos is a good use of your time here. You can also just plug the numbers in, and you'll see that none of them work now that I fixed the mistake. And then finally here, let's talk about this one really quickly. So we don't have to do anything to the x squared. It's already in the form we want. Now, if you'll notice, there's no way to factor these 3 terms, so we're going to want to move the 17 over. So if you add 17 on both sides, you move the 17 over, and then now you can complete the square by adding negative 16 over 2 squared. So you're going to end up by adding negative 8 squared basically to both sides. All right, so you'll get x squared plus y squared minus 16y plus 64 equals 64 plus 17, which is 81. Now this question is just asking for the radius, so I'm not even going to worry about the center. The radius here is just going to be the square root of 81, which is 9.